So in the last segment, I showed you how to create and operate a client portal. And we all tend to think of the client portal as being a buyer's tool. It is, it's a fabulous buyer's tool, but it's way more than that. Because you have the ability to show all the property types, all the property statuses, this can be a fabulous listing tool too, because in effect what you can do is create a living, breathing CMA. Your client will not only see new properties as they come on the market, but they'll see them as they go through the sales cycle. Wonderful, wonderful tool. So let me show you how to do one of those. Now, I told you that you didn't have to do a standard search. So we're going to do this using a map search. So I'm going to go to Searches, Map. As I told you back in Class 1, the first step is to zoom in to where you can see the property that you're going to list. And let's come down and let's do, oh, come on, play nicely. There we go. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to come down and we are going to do a property on Oak Circle. Okay. For those of you who don't know, this is the Spa Heights area, North Glendale. Okay. So my property is going to be right here on Oak Circle. I am going to click the radius tool. Notice I've got that little yellow triangle. I'm going to click on the center. I'm going to make my radius, and I'm going to do it just about like that. Okay. And I'm now going to come down my page, and I'm going to say that we only want single family. We want all of the statuses with the exception of leased. We don't care about leases. And we only want 3 to 4 bed properties with at least 2 bathrooms. Okay, let's do a preview count. 14, perfect. Okay, now once again, I am not going to do the view results. I'm going to go to options and I'm going to go to save as a new prospect. And I'm going to call this Oak Circle CMA. I'm going to click save. Now, obviously, you're going to have a client here. You might want to use the client's name instead, but I just did that name so that we would, understand what we were looking at. I'm going to put in a client name, so I'm going to use John again. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to do auto prospecting, email to agent, email to prospect, client portal. Okay? And now, when I click save, it's going to say, do you want to go and view the results? And I'm going to send the invitation later. So here I've created essentially a living, breathing CMA. Now, right now, we've got these 3 active properties, 1 backup. What will happen is that as these go through the sales cycle, your client will see it. So they'll see that this house around the corner on Oakendale Place is available right now. And they'll see next week that it goes into escrow and, whatever. So this is actually a CMA that updates itself. You don't have to do a darn thing. It's wonderful. And again, if this house that is presently in backup falls out, comes back on the market, they'll see it come back on the market. They'll see it go pending, whatever. So very, very useful tool. Okay. So you can create a CMA, and as I say, living, breathing. Now, there's another thing you can do with it. And that is that you can use this as a tool for your past clients. Do you ever have past clients who say, I'm not interested in selling, but hey, I'd love to know what's happening in my neighborhood. Set them up with exactly the same thing, do a radius around their house. Every 90 days, the system is going to say, do you want to keep sending emails to this client? Great reminder to pick up the phone and, see how life is treating them, whether their plans have changed, whatever. Okay, so the client portal is not only a fabulous buyer's tool, it's also a wonderful living, breathing CMA and past client tool. Now, there is another thing you can do with the prospect search that actually doesn't involve the client portal. You'll remember that I told you that you will never, ever not check the client portal when you're working with a client. But there is a use for auto prospecting for you, and that is to create what is essentially an automated hot sheet. You remember we looked at hot sheets. There is no way of automating a hot sheet. So, hey, don't go away and say, Chris told me I can do an automated hot sheet. You cannot. We're going to do something similar, okay? So we're going to create a search. Again, you could do a map search or whatever. I'm just going to do a standard search. So let's say standard. I'm going to do residential. I only want to do single family. And I'm going to come down, I'm going to do zip code 91020, so we're going to do one for Montrose, and I'm going to again check everything with the exception of leased. Now if leases matter to you, you could check leases too. That's it. I'm now going to go to options. I'm not even going to bother with a preview count. I'm going to go to options. I'm going to go to save as a new prospect, and I'm going to call this Montrose Hot Sheet. There we go. All right. Now, when we get to the contact, there obviously is no person called Montrose Hot Sheet. Okay, so we're not going to put in an email or anything. We're going to come down to auto prospecting. We're going to check auto prospecting, check email to agent. We're not sending it to anyone else. This is for us. Okay, this is so that we are Johnny on the spot when it comes to Montrose. We're going to click save. It's going to say it found 36 listings. We're going to click view. It's going to ask us, apparently it's not going to ask us. Oh, we didn't do client portal, of course. Okay, so it's going to show us the results. Now, it's not going to email us 36 new listings, okay? But what it's going to do is in the future, it's going to show us everything that happens in a, if I could type, I'd be dangerous. Okay, so let's go to Hot Sheet. Let me show you what it's going to send you. It's going to send you a message every time something happens in that zip code. So here we go. Here's one for 9/11/04. This property just went active. Here's another 9/11/04. Here's another 9/11/04 just went pending. 9/11/07 went sold. Okay, now in my mind, this is way more powerful than having a hot sheet that you have to sit at your computer and run, because you can be out in the field talking to a client, your phone goes off and it says, hey, that house around the corner on Michigan just went pending. And in my mind, that's way more powerful than having to run a hot sheet and be tied to your desk. This actually comes and finds you. So again, you cannot automate a hot sheet. This is something similar to a hot sheet that you can automate, and it will come and find you. So all in all, the client portal, I firmly believe, is quite likely the most powerful tool we have in the MLS, and one that you absolutely should master. You can buy similar tools that will charge you for the privilege, but the client portal is just one of the best reasons to be a part of our MLS, in my opinion. Thank you.